Hello, dear children. Hope you are safe at home. So, today we are going to see the review of the chapter The Rise of Nationalism in Europe. So, children, already we have talked about the rise of nationalism in Europe. So, if we are going to talk about Europe, about the European countries, so firstly, there is a need to talk about the French Revolution, because the French Revolution is having most important place in the nationalism. The idea of nationalism is given by France, by French Revolution, to the Europe as well as to whole country. That's why we had talked about the French Revolution. Okay, so in the France we have seen after the revolution what were the main changes took place that we had talked about. So what were the main changes? France people were very much happy by the revolution, by the freedom, and you can see here the leader, that is Bonaparte. Who is this? Napoleon Bonaparte. So he was the leader of French Revolution. So after the French Revolution, what were the changes? There were many changes like transformation of power from monarch, new flag, then the new assembly which was formed. French become the national language, and estate general, and the formation of national assembly. Internal custom duties were removed, and France army carried the idea of nationalism to abroad. These all were the changes during the French Revolution, after the French Revolution that we had discussed. Now, this democracy, now the people of France started living in democracy. This after the revolution, they got democracy in their country because there were no monarch now. So in that democracy they were very much happy. So but this happiness could not sustain longer. Why? Because the leader, as we know, the leader who was of French Revolution, the Napoleon Bonaparte. So leader Napoleon took all control of France in his own hand, and when he declared himself the king of France, so that time he he introduced a civil code. That code is also called the Code of Napoleonic Code. In this code, in his code, what he told, which ideas he gave: the equality before the law, the establishment of rights and property, and feudal system was abolished, peasants were freed from the serfdom. This all the things. So this all the things, removal of guild restrictions, all the things he did, means all good things he did for his society, for his people. That's why he was very much loved by the people. But after some time, when he took all the power in his own hand, so there were some drawback of his rule also. So which were these drawbacks? So these drawbacks were, he increased the taxes, and first of all he asked the people, asked the common people, wherever he going to attack on the countries and conquer the countries, in that countries what he was doing, he was asking from that countries the people, the common people, to join the army. And then he increased the taxes. He increased the taxes common on the common people, and imposed the censorship. These all were the drawbacks of Napoleon rule. And that drawbacks and main drawbacks of conquering the country, that was only reason behind his death. So while conquering the country, in the attack, in the on the attack of Waterloo, he was defeated and he was died. So this was the story of Napoleon and France, which we talked about during the pre-period of French. The pre-period of what we are talking about, the French Revolution. After the French Revolution, this all were the conditions were there. Okay. Now we will talk about the same in detail about whole Europe. So these all the things before and after the Napoleon rule we will talk about. So first we will discuss the pre-period of Napoleon rule and whole about the European society. In detail we will talk about. So not about the France, we will talk about whole European society. So that time in Europe there were no nation states. There were no nation states. The European continent was divided into provinces. Okay. So in the powers it was divided. There were no nation state. So how the idea of nationalism emerged and how the people adopted the idea of nationalism, that we are going to discuss. So in the European society, the society, it was divided into three groups, that were aristocracy. The first group, in that we know noble peoples comes, the rich people comes, the clergies comes. So that was the first group. And then we have seen the second group, that was peasantry, the common peasants. And then third one, that was the, it was emerged very lately, that was the middle class group. Okay, so this much we had discussed. Now children, we will continue the topic, the society of Europe. How was the society before the French Revolution? We will continue this topic in the upcoming video. So up to here we have seen the chapter and what was the idea of middle class and how they continue with the idea that we will be discussing afterward. So in these three classes the society was divided, and we will continue the topic with the third class, that is with the middle class. Thank you children.